Hi folks, St. Paul Steam here with my latest project, a Wilesco D11. This is a kit engine, and I just got done with it yesterday and breaking it in and trying it out. I had two 1 hour and 20-minute runs on it yesterday, and that's pretty satisfactory for me for given the diminutive size of that boiler. It's only 1 3/4 inches in diameter and 4.5 inches long, so it's tiny. I did put an immersion rod heater in it, so it is electrically fired. It's got this exact type cartridge in it. It's 6mm by 50mm, so it's smaller than the diameter of a pencil. And of course, I did a lot of work to it. We've got a 18.3 AWG gauge electrical cord, and it's a grounded unit. I put this red pinstriping around it because I just thought it was too much blue. I was going to paint the whole thing, and my wife talked me out of it, but I did add this gold pinstriping around the base, which I really like that. And we've done a lot of work to the engine, of course, to make it run better. And it didn't run really good when I got it. These holes on this engine were too close to the ones on the flywheel, so I had to enlarge them slightly and move it forward just a little bit, and that made all the difference in the world, made it run good. So the factory holes were just a little too far apart. And as you can see, we've got the whole pump jack, and I had to precision build it as much as I could because I knew what I was going to do with it, and everything just had to be as close to the correct tolerance as I can make it. This is a gearbox off of an RC monster truck type thing I bought brand new off of eBay, and the description of it's in the listing below this video. But it suits my needs perfectly. As you can see, I made some aluminum half round drive pulleys, and we've got 2 3/16 brass columns there, and these have roller ball bearings in them. And the two shafts coming out of the gearbox are roller ball bearing, as well as the single one for the drive. It's all roller ball bearing. And then we have that's actually off of a Jensen 100 tool, and gives it a final drive from the flywheel to the center of this hub at 9.75 to 1. And that's just about right. I've seen all too often watching these videos where the engine's running at stall speed and this arm is just going crazy, and the armature around here is just flying apart and flopping all over the place, and just an absurd kind of a setup. So I wanted to correct that. And I've reamed out the bore of the bracket there, and it's 3/16. And same as this pivot pin here. It's nice and tight. The tolerances are tight. This is a piece of aluminum flashing that I've actually put a couple of lines in it. I use that tool that you use to put that rubber strip in screen door windows. Then we have Walmart necklace chains. Actually, it's rope. I didn't want a link effect. I wanted it to look like cable. And then we have a brass plunger into an aluminum receptacle. And it came out really balanced. I was fortunate. I only had to add these 2 bolts right there to balance it completely. So I'm really pleased with the overall performance. It's running at 54 volts right now, and last night I ran it for 2 1 hour and 20-minute sessions each, and about 50-55 volts was about perfect. That's a good slow speed, maybe a little too slow, but let's crank it up to 65. And I've got the valve open on this because it's just easier to control with a variac. And these Wilesco valves they stick a lot, and they bind. And when you try to move them, they don't move a little bit; they move a lot. And so just adjustments just easier with the variac. Let's really crank it up. Put it on 110 for a couple seconds. Get to see what it'll do. I built that whistle in such a way that it burns your fingers when you open and close it. So there we go, folks. A close-up of the mechanism. And as always, I thank you for watching. Bye now.